no try.
Do or do not. There is no try. Yeah, I always go back to YouTube just because there is a delay with YouTube. So I just want to make sure that we are
It shows me that we're live.
Yeah, it'll say. All right.
Do the awkward highs.
You're like,
let's seriously see if we can do the introduction within 20 minutes. That'll be a mile marker for us.
that'll be fantastic.
A miracle.
Yeah.
I'll get another one of these if that happens. I will have to leave the room for that though, because I don't have a mini fridge stocked full of Guinness in my room.
Dang, that's where you went wrong.
Well, it was books or Guinness, so tough decisions were made that day.
You made a hard choice.
I could put books within the Guinness when those were starting to run low. Just stick a few in there.
Yeah, absolutely. Alrighty. So yeah, it says we're live. Woo woo. So
we did something right.
We did something right. Hello, everybody. If anybody is watching,
someone's watching. I don't know.
It's summer. That's summer. Hello.
It said Susan's reading, so I was like, sure.
It's because her name is Summer. Seasons readings. Get it?
I love it. That's wonderful.
She is who I did the live stream with on Sunday, and she's an absolute joy. She's lovely. I love Summer so much.
I should probably apologize for the movement that will be happening throughout the thing because I am sitting on my bed. Oh, sorry, guys.
It'll happen. I love you too, Summer. All right. So everybody, Nicole here, and of course, Jen. Jen's first live stream. How excited are you?
I was ready 40 minutes ago. I wanted to get this party started.
I love it. She posted on Snapchat, like, when you're so excited for your live stream, you're ready 40 minutes ahead of time.
Oh, it happens.
You know, I love that though.
Got to be prepared. I've been thinking about questions all day for this too.
Yeah.
And I only have 7 because I stopped after my last one. I was like, it's too legit at this point. I probably should stop while I'm ahead.
Oh my gosh, so many questions. So we will be discussing Siege and Storm, which is book number 2 in the Shadow and Bone trilogy, or the Grishaverse trilogy, or whatever you want to call it. So, oh yeah, she's got hers up. She's got hers up and showing you. I have my notes in here because I annotate my books. So I'll be looking at it and all that jazz. If you have anything that you want to discuss, people in the comments, just comment, away if we don't get to what you want to talk about quick enough, which I don't think there's going to be a problem. And we're wearing pajamas tonight because, it's going to be, it's lazy. It's lazy tonight. It's totally fine.
It's quarantine book discussion.
I put that in the description box. I'm just like, we're not going to let self-quarantine keep us from talking about books. So can you hear me?
Yeah, you're just really quiet.
Oh,
that or I'm deaf. So it's probably one or the other.
Either or.
And then I see it because it's flipped. I'm just like, oh, my thing's over here. And I was like, nope, it's here. It's still on the same side that it should be.
I know everything is it's backwards.
Oh, good times.
Alrighty. So how we normally start book reviews and discussion reads the synopsis of the book. So we're going to try that.
And as for tradition, I did not read ahead of schedule. So you guys will see how awful I can read out loud. Hang tight, friends. Hang tight. I wasn't prepared for this. I said I was 40 minutes ahead of schedule, but I'm not. Just waiting for it to load here, friends. All right. I don't need an alternative cover. Now I need to figure out where it starts. Found it.
Got it.
All right, are we all ready for this? So nervous right now. I
Like,
messed things up and we're not live. All right. So darkness never dies. Hunted across the true sea, haunted by the lives she took on the fold, Alina must try to make a life with Mal in an unfamiliar land, all while keeping her identity as the Sun Summoner a secret. But she can't outrun her past, or the Darkling has emerged from the shadow fold with a terrifying new power and a dangerous plan that will test the very boundaries of the natural world. With the help of a notorious privateer, Alina returns to the country she abandoned, determined to fight the forces gathering against Ravka. But as her power grows, Alina slips deeper into the Darkling's game of forbidden magic and further away from Mal. Somehow, she will have to choose between her country, her power, and the love she always thought would guide her, or risk losing everything to the oncoming storm. That was actually really good. I'm not even
yeah,
gonna lie.
I'm so proud of you.
Okay, now I can't hear you at all.
Well, you can't hear me at all.
There we go. Nope.
Okay.
These are just really old headphones.
Well, mine are too. Yeah, it's definitely, I also have a really older laptop and it's, with the
Yep. And it's no longer the little fire thing that you plug in. It's just the old one. And I'm like, okay, well, I haven't used these headphones in literally probably like 5 years.
my gosh. Well, I have my Beats, but sometimes it'll like randomly disconnect from my laptop. It won't do it. Yeah, it's like it won't do it with my phone, but it will do it to my laptop. And I was like, okay, well, I can't be in the middle of a discussion and just go quiet. So
dip out.
I know, like, bye. I'll talk to you later.
I'm like, let me just go ahead and restart this whole thing.
For sure. All right. So this book, it started off like right where Shadow and Bone left off, which, I love. I don't like books in the second book series where it's like 5 years later. I'm like, let's not do that. So, but yeah, it starts off Mal and Alina are on the run. She is dampening her power again because they don't want people to find out who she is. So she's getting sickly again. Poor thing. And so also the Darkling finds them like right away. Like it's like chapter 2 and I'm just like
it happened so fast.
I was talking to you about this yesterday. I was like, dang, they already found, we still got this whole book to go through. Like, you need to, like, what else is going to happen? Like, what else is going to happen in this book?
A lot.
So, yeah, a lot. So, yeah, they get basically captured right away and they're headed back to Ravka and they get rescued by this privateer, which I was like, I had a feeling that was Nikolai, but no idea that he was a prince. So it's like for as long as this series has been out, I have done a really good job of avoiding spoilers. So I was like, I knew it was Nikolai because you said that we were meeting him in book 2, and then I'm just like, he's a prince? What? You didn't tell me this.
Royalty, come on.
So I'm just like, oh, well, this is new information. So yeah, he's a privateer and a prince, and he's very sassy and witty and very swoon-worthy. I like, Nikolai. And Jen even said, like, beware, you're not going to sure who you want her to end up with.
Yeah, it's a hard choice. It's not even a love triangle. It's a love square. Well, for you, it's a triangle, but for everyone else, it's a square.
Yeah, because so we got Mal, we got Nikolai, and then we got the Darkling. And if you want to, we could throw his Nikolai's brother in there because he did propose to her one time.
He was a tool. I hated him.
Oh my God, he was such a dick and an idiot.
He's like, don't you want royalty? Like, I'm the real king. And I'm like, no, you're not. Go sit down. You don't know anything.
Just go over there in the corner. Bye. You're so cute. Get out of here.
But now that he's dead,
I know. I knew it was like something was oh, you're back. Okay. You went away for a second. So
yeah, you did too. You occasionally will freeze, and that's why I'm like,
just wait for me. Come back.
You come up every time, but it did slow down a bit. So
it's the internet, honestly. Like
internet.
Yeah, it's sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, and, with everybody, like, working from home, the network is probably so lagged,
Oh,
it's
yeah. Sucks up that bandwidth real fast.
mhm. So we just got a little bit here at the 6 o'clock hour.
Oh, yeah. But that should be
But
when people are having dinner, so we should be okay-ish.
ish, maybe.
We got
Yeah,
50-50
summer
shot.
right? Here, I'm back, alright. I was like, "Oh, I'm spinning again."
Oh, were you? You were here for me.
Okay, good. But, okay, so anyway, but yeah, I kind of knew like something bad was going to happen to his brother just because, it's just like that's, awful foreshadowing. Like he's the second, kind of like heir with a spare kind of thing. But Nikolai's kind of the one he knows, like what he's talking about and how he would definitely like
Yeah.
be a good king. And I was just like, we got to get rid of this brother somehow. I'm terrible. I was like, we got to get rid of him.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, and I'm just like, why do I still love the Darkling? Why do I do this to myself?
Because we always love the villain. There's something because you hope that you can redeem him, or that he'll like learn from his mistakes and you can save him. It's like Kylo Ren.
Oh, I love Kylo.
You want him to be a good guy with all of like the darkness.
Yeah. Oh, we're terrible.
I live there.
I'm like, yes. A lot of the things that I've even highlighted, like a lot of the things like the Darkling says, like definitely has like sexual innuendo. So I'm just like, Well, Jen left again. Jen. I don't think she's. Of course, the internet would. Oh, I think she's coming back. Oh, here we are. I think she's back. There we are. Can you hear me?
I can hear you just fine. Yeah, all of a sudden, your internet, and I was like, "No, there's not. Like, reconnect. Come on."
I know. I was just like, well, Jen's gone. All right, we'll wait for her to come back because the last time you just popped right back. I'm like, okay, awesome.
Did it have
Okay,
a little
well,
spinning wheel? Because like it literally went away from this
no,
page completely.
you were gone.
I was gone.
You was gone. Oh, and my dogs are barking, of course. See,
Tell
this is
them that
one.
we're
We are going live. Yeah, one of the things that with the live stream, it's great with the technology. It's great when it works. Can you hear my dogs?
I can.
Here, I can do it myself. So
No, don't do that. You're fine.
if they get too bad, but I think Joe stopped him. So, but
He said, "Mom's recording. Shut up."
you're like stop farting. And the front door is like where in my house the front door is like right there. So they're like. So, but yeah, so Darkling has also found some new tricks in this book. Also, like
he has
these scary more. I don't even think like anything could be more scary than those Velociraptor pterodactyl things. But now we got these guys. Like, what is going on? That he can just summon these things, and they don't have to fear her, or they're not afraid of her light. They're not just like stuck to the darkness kind of thing, because when she went into the fold, she could repel the Volcra with her light. But now with these new things, they ain't scared. And I'm like, oh my God, this is gonna be fun.
Oh yeah, those things. They play a part in book 3.
We're talking about book 2.
You froze and I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
I can, yeah.
I'm back. Okay. So this is a great start.
I was like, should I get my cell phone and then put one ear in one and we'll call each other?
It's like, are you back? Are you there? Okay, great.
I'm still here.
Oh God, I kind of want to connect my laptop to my cell service. Like maybe that's better, but I don't want to lose the live stream if I do that. So
true.
But Who knows?
Just go with it. Just go with the flow. If we get kicked out, we get kicked out, and we got to restart.
You got to restart, you know?
So let's just keep
Hang in
going
with
so
us.
that it doesn't.
Hang in with us, Summer. Is it terrible to watch, Summer? I don't know what it looks like on YouTube. Let me know in the comments if you're still watching us. I think you're still watching us because it says one person. So, so yeah, they have definitely like new things that they have to overpower. So that's kind of scary.
Well, the good thing is every time he creates one of those, it weakens him.
Yeah, but that was what it had said. But if you get to the end and you have this massive army, and I'm just like, why ain't you dead if every single one weakens you? Like, I am confusion.
Well, because they were using each other's power. So that was the thing, is like she could feel the darkness within her, and then he had his darkness. So they were kind of feeding off each other. So she was like trying to get it to the point where it killed whatever was in her, which would ultimately probably kill her. But also at the same time killed him. But I think, what was it, Mal that stopped her?
Yes.
So
yeah, she kept like, Summer says that we look good. So I'm like, okay, thank God, because we're having some issues.
People will deal with it. Well, I guess people is Summer. Summer, hi.
Summer's so sweet. She's so great.
I wish you guys did. Okay, so no, wrong person. Because I was like, you guys need to do live shows not on Tuesday when I'm at work.
Oh, yeah.
But that's other people, right? I'm really bad. I'm terrible. I'm sorry.
No. That's okay. You got to work.
Do I, though? Do any of us?
Technically, you're still working. You're an essential employee, so.
For now, but people have slowly started to less call.
Oh. But you're working from home, so that's, super nice.
Yeah.
That they have the capability to do that.
They should put you on a laptop, and so that you can talk to people, and then when you don't want to hear them, you just put them on mute, and then you're like, oh,
the connection.
I can't come into the office today. Super sorry.
No, yeah, I'm still going in, and even though the schedule's getting lighter because, we have to reschedule the non-essential stuff, but some people are just canceling stuff on their own, so.
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah, so tangent over. So, yeah. One of those.
Should we start with your Post-it notes, or do we want to keep talking about what happens?
We can talk about what happens. Yeah, that's fine. And one of the like scary monster things like bit her and it was said that was the reason for the connection between her and the Darkling. That's why she could see him randomly. And I'm just like, don't get me wrong, I love you, but why are you here?
Didn't it creep you out? And at the same time, you're just like, okay, if her and Mal would just communicate, like if he would give her 30 seconds to explain herself, and if she would just like be okay with explaining it and then going, okay, communication is key. I'm going to take 5 minutes to tell you why I flinched away from you. It wasn't you. It was, I saw someone else. But oh God, yeah, just none of them would talk to each other, and it made me want to rip my hair out.
Yeah, that's a prevailing theme in YA, the love interest, like just don't communicate. And I was just like, can y'all just talk? Like seriously, just talk for 5 minutes.
Do you know which one I'm thinking of right now? There you go. Are you coughing? You're not allowed to cough on me.
I know. Are we 6 feet away from the computer?
Yeah. But I keep thinking of the Renegades trilogy by Marissa Meyer. How if those two had just talked for like 30 seconds, that was 30 seconds, all the book problems could have been solved.
Sorry, guys. Sorry. Oh, yeah. Even Summer. Least favorite trope ever. Like literally, just talk to each other. All of your problems
frustrating
would be eradicated if you would literally just communicate.
I mean, it could still cause some potential issues, and I understand that it's to create drama, but at the same time, it's just like there are better ways to create drama than making me want to like stab someone in the face.
And honestly, sorry, this might be an unpopular opinion, but I think Mal is a whiny little bitch. I'm sorry. I just think he is. Like, we have any Mal shippers?
But
So you ship Mal and Alina.
I do. I did the first time I read it. I think I've read this book at least twice now. I just love them. But my thing is I'm always rooting for whoever's there first. Usually.
Yeah, me too.
Perfect example.
I know exactly. I knew exactly what you're gonna say. Akamap, when Rhysand showed up, I was just like, yes.
And I was like, Tamlin's gonna come back. Don't get stuck on this guy. I literally had to reread the book because of that mindset that I always just stick with number one.
Oh my God. Okay, so I had read Akamaf first, and when Jen was reading it, I was like, okay, you have to text me like your thoughts as you're going in. She had such a distrust of Rhysand, you guys. Like, reading her text was so funny. I was just like, girl, just wait. Like, she couldn't even appreciate the amazing sex scenes in that book just because she was so jaded against Rhysand.
So that's why it's just like I'm always like team whoever was just for the time being, unless if the second person just automatically makes them a better person. But there are struggles with everything. So yeah, that's why, I mean, even the first time I was like, I loved Mal. Like, I loved the Darkling, but he was also a huge tool. So
for sure. I also don't see any kind of redemption happening for the Darkling.
Right.
I mean, I don't see it, even though
like an ancient being, like all the people that created this stuff is his fault. So
he definitely. I mean, like you said, sometimes you just want to root for the villain, but I don't see the redemption happening for him. So yes, I do, see her with Mal because.
And then Nikolai, like as smooth talker as he was, I loved him, but I was already team Mal at that point. So I was like, I need you to go away because you're making me conflicted. I love you. You should have someone else. But
that scene where they're by the lake and Nikolai's like, I want to kiss you. And she's like, you've already kissed me. And he's the one that pulled away and he was like, I want to kiss you, but not when you're trying not to think about him. And I was just like, yes.
I love when he's like, please don't punch me. And then he kissed her.
I was just
like, carriage and she kicks him.
I knew I didn't punch you. I kicked you in the shin twice. I honestly love that. And I was like, as soon as he said that, I was like, he's going to try and kiss her. Like, I was like, there's no good thing happens after someone says, please don't punch me. Like, literally in the history of never does what happens after that ever good.
Yeah, nothing. Nope.
So funny. Oh my God. And he is all of his lines are so funny, except when he's being serious and like he's in like officer mode. I was just like,
oh yeah.
All right. Man in a uniform. Okay, man in a uniform.
I know, right? I mean, technically Mal has a uniform as well.
Okay, whatever. Is that so terrible?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, it is. That scene where it's toward the end where Nikolai's brother totally did that dipshit move and was
like, opened up all the borders. Well, you signed your own death warrant, nails in your own coffin.
I love that scene just because it like you had a chance, not just like us as a reader, but also like the entire, people in that room could just see what a freaking idiot his brother was. And I was just like, y'all, that ain't king material. That ain't it, So, but then, he kind of took care of it by dying. So that's fine.
He took care of it by dying. Well, that's one way to put it.
And as soon as he had his sword and it got ripped off, and I'm just like, oh, he ain't coming back from that. There ain't no way.
Like his arm rips off. Like, yeah, there's a lot of blood coming out, but can't you like staunch the wound a little bit? But immediately he was dead, and I'm going,
well, there's major arteries going in there. It's
he should have had at least a couple shock, yeah. But he should have had a couple seconds. It was like immediately arm gone and then dead. I was like, maybe give him a minute to be like, it hurts. Goodbye.
It hurts. That just reminded me of Hocus Pocus when they're like, they faked him into like thinking the sun was coming up, and then Sarah's like, "It hurts," and she's like falling down. Okay, so funny. Okay, but realistically, wound like gunshot wound to the heart, you're dead in 2 minutes. You're dead
Yeah.
if you don't. It's just and so like blood loss, like from like your arm being ripped off. It's not just like obviously you're having shock from the blood loss. You're having shock from your arm just being ripped off.
Yeah, but you should be able to have some like parting words.
Yeah, ow.
Land on someone.
Your parting words is ow, and then dead.
I mean, at least you had a second to say something.
Yeah, at least. But yeah, I was just like, oh, that is no good. But thank you. Bye.
You're like, oh no, my arm.
Oh, oh no, I believe I've lost my arm. Oh, that's terrible.
Oh, it's wonderful.
It's wonderful. Okay, so
Post-it note.
we can go through post-it notes. A lot of it is like stuff that I've already talked about, but also I just kind of wanted to go like there's like this very like overarching theme that there is light and dark in Alina. Obviously, like the Darkling says it, multiple times. Like we're one. I think Alina says something in the book where she's kind of wrestling with that dark in herself, and she's like, no, I'm not dark. And she's kind of showing off her powers. And she's like, no, this like the light, this is me. I'm not the darkness. And I'm just like, light, dark, that's two sides of the same coin, honey, kind of thing. So there's that prevalent. And then she does use that toward the end to kind of get them out of the craziness that they were in. Like they were freaking ambushed. They had no way of getting out of there without some kind of drastic thing happening. And I think, even though, yes, it was very drastic, I think Alina did the right thing. She's like, I got to save my people while I can, even though, yes, I'm kind of the leader of this thing. Even if I die, there'll still be other people. If I can take him with me, there'll still be other people.
Right.
Like Nikolai, if he's still alive, like, because at that point she didn't know that he was still alive. She was thinking the worst. Like he didn't make it with his mom.
Yeah.
So even then, she's like, if I could just take him out, even if I die, he'll make a great king, and he will finish fixing Ravka, because the major enemy that is keeping everybody from progress and making everybody afraid is the Darkling. So if she got rid of that, everything could just kind of fall into line after that.
True.
So it was kind of, I didn't honestly know what was happening for a second. I'm just like, what is she doing? It's like, why? I'm like, I get it. She wants to like turn herself over to kind of protect everybody. But I was like, that never works. The bad guy never keeps his promise. He's a liar. Like, why are we believing this guy? So, and then we started like kissing him. I was, can you, Mal's right there. Can you not?
She told him to go.
Yeah. She even said, like, I need him to turn around.
It's going to break him if he don't look away.
But then she just kind of reached through that connection between them. And I was just like, like she's pulling
the darkness in her.
Yes. Like, she said, like, I am yours and you are mine. Like, your power is mine. And she just sucked it right out of him. I was just, and he's even like, he got scared. You could totally see it.
Yeah.
He's like, what are you doing? And I was like, she's kicking your butt.
You screwed, man. You screwed.
So I just thought that, oh, my dogs are barking. My bad. It's because people are quarantined. People go home. People are walking in front of my house.
You don't have a shelter-in-place yet. They're allowed to walk around.
That's true. That's true. We don't have the mandated quarantine yet. But so, yeah, immediately when that started happening and Mal didn't let her finish and rescued her, I was just thinking, like, okay, did that power go back into the Darkling, or does she have all that darkness still in her? Because She got kind of scary at the end. I love how you're turning around. You're like, what's happening?
I can't say.
Okay, because I have a feeling that she just got a whole lot darker. And I also kind of had this weird thought that like they exchanged powers. So like she became the Darkling and now he's the Sun Summoner. Just like, oh my God, what if they switched powers? Then burst your bubble. Don't burst my bubble. I want to stay ignorant until I read the book. But I just like, oh my God. I went down a rabbit hole. I was just like, that could have been a redemption arc. Like he could have got some summoning powers and he could have like repented his like dark and evil ways. I'm like, yes. And now like Alina's the bad guy. I'm like, that I could read that.
Maybe you should write that.
Fan fiction. Let's do it. I'm
like,
this
that's
is
what happens in Ronin Rising.
I think you're lying to me. So whatever.
I can't lie.
I'm kind of worried about all that darkness she took into herself. So,
well, how do you feel about that last line there? I don't have power anymore.
Well, I know. Well, she was like, I can't, because she was looking like so bad. She like her hair was like white. I was like, what'd you do? What'd you drop?
I was looking for my book. I was like, it's right next to me.
No, it's right behind you. Yeah, and Mal's like, "Oh, I should have warned you. You look scary, girl. Like how we're all gonna look when we get out of quarantine." And the sun. And then so even Mal's like, "Once you use your powers, you'll be better." And then she's like, "Oh yeah, of course." And then she's like, I've tried. Like something's wrong. Like there's nothing there." She's like, "The light won't come, Mal. My power is gone." And I'm just like, that's when I thought that they like switch powers, like she's just the Darkling now. But then you read the after and she got all kinds of crazy. She's like, oh yeah, so the Darkling had told her he was destined to rule. He had claimed his throne and a part of her too. He was welcome to it. For the living and the dead, she would make her reckoning. She would rise. I was like, oh, she getting crazy. She gonna get crazy. And
do you want to guess how that happens?
No, I don't want to guess. I want to read the book.
I was like, do we want to have discussion for book 3 next Thursday? Just move.
We can do that if you want
the discussion on up.
Yeah. I'm totally fine with that. So next Thursday or next Wednesday?
No, it would have to be Thursday because next Wednesday is our book club.
Oh, that's right. Okay. What are we reading?
A Winter Sea. A Winter Sea.
Okay. Yeah, I remember that. Yep.
Mm-hmm. I just downloaded it on my audiobook.
Oh, did you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was really hoping that you would move this one up because I was like, I really want to read Ronin Rising.
I think I have that paperback somewhere, The Winter Sea. I'll have to find it. But so yeah, next Thursday, 6 p.m. Arizona time, because not even Google knows what time zone we're in right now.
That was the best. I love how you said that to me, like 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. I'm like, you do know Mountain Standard Time would be 7 p.m. our time. And she's like, no, like if you Google what time is Arizona time, it does say Mountain Standard Time, even though technically right now we're on Pacific Standard Time. So that's why when I shared that we were going live, I was like,
we don't magically change to Pacific time just because. I was like, we're still Mountain Time, and I Googled it, and yeah. But if you ask differently, if you ask like what time is Mountain Standard Time, it'll tell you an hour later.
And you're like, it says Arizona's Mountain Standard Time, and then you wouldn't actually Google it. So I was like,
I did Google it though afterward, and then I texted you,
and you were just like, oh, I've been lied to. This is why I don't trust anybody.
That's like I was like, this is why I have trust issues because everybody lies to me.
Well, Instagram lied to me when I created my thing. It automatically put our picture for this 22nd. You're like, today's the 25th, and I'm going, yeah, it is.
You're right. Yeah, like so everybody was against us with the time and the date on this thing. Like it's amazing we're even here right now, honestly. I was like, I'm changing everything. It's 6:00 Arizona time. Google what time is it in Arizona, and you will know when we're gonna be live.
Yeah. So we have to at least talk for an hour so then people that think that it's 7:00
show up.
I mean, we're 34 minutes into it. I have a feeling we're gonna be able to make that 7.
It'll totally be fine.
Oh. Summer, hang out with us until after that.
Summer, hang out with us for an hour.
I mean, it's gonna go longer than an hour. We already knew that. Half of our book reviews are only like 40 minutes long, and that's 20 minutes of us trying to do an introduction, and then you discussing the book, and then us being like, I liked it. Bye,
Done.
guys.
That's why I like with the live stream, it's kind of a different setup than if you were just filming a book review video. You can just talk about stuff, you know.
The random
But random. So I'm just gonna go through my post-its really quick, and
you don't need to rush. I got nowhere to go.
It's like I'm home. That's fine.
I'll be home today. I'll be home tomorrow. I'll be home on Friday. I'll be here next Thursday.
I like how like I introduced the live stream to Jen, and she was like, "You just made like filming like so much like lazier for me," and like I'm all for that. I'm just like, yeah, me too, because editing and uploading is what takes the longest.
Oh, and then I'm just like, well, then I don't have to drive to your house. I mean, it's not far, but at the same time, it's like if I could do it from the comfort of my own home. Summer's with us to the end.
I love you, Summer. I love you so much. So so just going through the post-it notes.
Post-it note number 1.
Yeah,
post-it make a noise. Sorry for the earthquake that was my computer.
I know. I was like, what are you even banging on? That's hard. You're on your bed.
I had to put it on a tote, so I put it on a tote thing. So it's plastic tote bag thing. Not even a bag. It's you know what I'm talking about. Plastic storage. There we go.
Got it. So my first post-it was basically like the crazy new monsters that the Darkling is, now creating. I was just like, well, that's not good. That's that's literally what I said. Like that is not good at all.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, and also that that they were found very fast. That's what I also really liked about this book, except for like kind of in the middle when they finally got to Ravka and she became, the captain of the Second Army. Like things really slowed down in the middle. I'm just like, okay, like you were so great, like up until this point, and it was just like super slow at that point. I was like, something happened. Somebody dies. Somebody. Like literally the only thing that was like progressing the story was Mal and Alina's relationship. That they were just like bickering and he was fighting and they were fighting with each other and he was fighting like the Grisha. And I'm just like, Mal, come on, stop it.
Just communicate with your loved one. Come on.
And I felt, okay. So this next post, it just reminds me of what happens to her at the end, but I can never say her name. What's her name? Jenya? Oh my God, I felt so bad for her. I was like, she's so brainwashed. She's just following the Darkling like so blindly. I mean, I guess not blindly, but she's so like indebted. Like even David, her, supposed love interest or boyfriend, he was just like, he was forced to put the collar on Alina. And in this book, he's on her side. And I'm just like, Jenya, what the freak is going on here? Mm-hmm. And like we also find out that she never sent her letters to Mal, and I'm just like, all that time, like y'all were supposed to be friends, but really she was just working with the Darkling and following his orders. But what happened to her at the end was horrendous. Like they ended up calling her like the Ruin. She was all like crone looking. She actually like mistook her for Bagra. I'm just and I was like, oh my God, she looks like a mess, because like she's supposed to be like the statuesque, beautiful woman, and she got tore up. Yeah. So I felt bad for her, but honestly, I'm just like, you had your chance to go with Alina, and you could have had your man, you could have had your looks. You got half of it now, because David was still kind of really sad about it. He like took her he took her and let her out, and the Darkling didn't even care. He was like, bye bitch. Well, he's like, I'm about to kill everybody anyway.
Was to get rid of her at that point.
Yeah, for sure.
Which is really sad for her.
Like she's just like everybody is so expendable to the Darkling. So
even his mom, like that was so harsh. When we finally saw her and her eyes were just like swirling back black pits, I was like,
yeah, I even asked you.
Like, I even asked you. I was like,
I was like, are her eyes missing? Like, I thought her eyes were like burned out or like gouged out. She was like, oh no, they're still there. They're just black. They're just swirling pits. And like she even said, like, what happened to you, Bardugo? Was like, and she said, he left me in darkness. And I was just like, oh man, that's a strong. I was like, that is your mother. You are not too old to bend over my knee.
I'd like to see her try.
I know, that would totally be bad.
Things would get so much worse for her. I like her though.
Oh yeah, for sure. So my next post-it note was just about the letters, which I already discussed. Mm-hmm. And then Mal was obviously really worried when they're on the ship going back to Ravka. The Darklings basically using them against each other, like to keep the other in line. And so, at one point, Mal was really, worried about her. And the Darkling's like, don't worry, Tracker. You'll know when our deal is up. I'll be certain you'll hear it when I make her scream. And I'm just like, why does that sound so sexual?
Because you hear it both ways. Because you hear it the first way, because that's how he's hearing it, and then you hear it the way that it was meant to be, and
like, then you're because like, that the Darkling wants her, and I'm just like, you're so naughty. I was like, they're in a terrible situation. I'm just like, if I was wearing pearls, I'd be clutching them. Let me tell you. Okay. So Alina says this when they're looking for, they call it a dragon, but it's really like a fish because they need the scales as a second amplifier. What is it? The whip
dragon. A sea wisp.
Yes. Okay. And so again, this is like page 78 and they're already finding this thing and Alina has to kill it. And people are just like, hurry up, let's go. And she was like, again, I had the sense that things were moving too fast. And I was like, yeah, girl, me too, because you still have a whole book of shit to get through and you're just picking them off one by one. Like we still got, it's like, slow down.
But like, I don't know what's going to happen in the rest of this, but I don't like it.
I was like, what else are you going to write about if you're getting the chunk of stuff done, before page 100? Like, you're gonna make us very angsty with Mal and Alina. That's what she's gonna do.
Oh yeah.
And I really don't like that Mal was kind of, I'm not going to say that he was against Alina, but he was completely against her getting more powerful. He was against her getting the Firebird and against her kind of using her power because he could see that she was slipping into, I don't know if it would necessarily be the darkness, but he could tell. He could totally tell with the way she was struggling with things. So I get it. He was worried about her. He doesn't want her to get the Firebird. But I was just like, listen, Mal, if it's a choice between you guys getting the Firebird and the Darkling getting the Firebird, you better believe who I'm going to pick. So you better get, your head out your butt and get with the program. Like,
yeah, but
there's no way.
Kind of trying to protect her at the same time. So like at the same time, you're like, okay, you have to, like you're saying, if you don't get it, the Darkling is. But at the same time, it's just like with the Darkling, just, he didn't necessarily want the power. So it's just like, because he had the option for the collar and he didn't take that. Yeah. And then he wanted to get the sea wisp, which was for Elena, but not for him. So he never really intended for himself to get these items. So do we really think that even with the Firebird that he would kill it just to take it for himself?
He did with the stag. He killed the stag and he just, gave it to Alina. So like, yeah, he might not want the power for himself, but he wants to use Alina. And so if he will take control of that power and kind of use it like as he tried to do with the antlers, even though it didn't really work out.
Controller still.
Yeah. So, and I was just like, y'all better get your shit together. Let me tell you right now.
I just have to defend him a little bit because you're the first one to be like, Mal, you little turd face.
I was just like, come on, like support your woman. Come on. Like she's one of the most powerful beings like in this country. It's like you need to stand behind her. If you don't want to stand next to her, at least stand somewhere around her.
As his?
Huh?
Does he see her as his at this point, or is he still conflicted that she's going to go back and go for other people?
he is worried that once all this is over and she has all that power, she's not going to want him because he is just a person. Like, he doesn't have anything special about him, which is a lie. He's a really great tracker. He's semi-good looking, so it's fine.
He's semi-good looking.
I mean, he has a couple items in the pro list, just because the con list is a little bit longer at this point.
Check.
So, and it's just like, come on, like, don't be that naive. Like, yes, she's going to be slipping into the darkness. Do you really think it's going to stop if you turn on her? No, it's going to make her slip quicker. Yeah. It's like, you need to be there to anchor her and pull her toward what they're originally working for. And the fact that he's like, I'm not doing this for Ravka, I'm doing this for you. Like, you're my flag, blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, that's a lot to put on a person, especially when she's already got to save the whole damn country. Like, come on. Help a sister out. Help a sister out. Come on. Like, seriously, though, like, what is that? Like, don't be a bitch. Don't do it.
That's why I angst for you.
Angst. Oh, God. Okay. And also, was he injured? Sorry, I just immediately thought of this. Was he injured in the final battle? Was he?
Semi, but not like life-threatening. I think it was just like minor wounds.
Okay, because when I read the scene where Alina was waking up and she was on like this little carrying thing, like he was also on a carrying thing, like I was just like,
well, if you remember, there was a bomb explosion.
True. That's why I was like, okay, did he get hit? Because I'm pretty sure he was the one that was carrying her to safety, so he would have gotten out of there. But I'm like, I don't know. I was like, are you injured? Why are you on in front of her? That's true. I was like, why are you on one of these things? You could walk. Like, so like,
let the man a break. Oh God.
I'm just looking for like
any reason to shoot him. Mission accomplished.
Check. Okay. Cons: too lazy to walk when you're. Sorry. That was so funny. Okay, my next post-it notes was basically my two sides of the same coin comment when Alina was, she was, displaying her light power, and she was like, no, this is my power, I'm not dark. And it's like, well, tomato, whatever. Okay, that was
it's tomato. Yeah, that's right, never mind. I was thinking of potato, patata, and then I was like, nope, tomato works.
I was like, that's what they say, right?
That's why I second guessed it. You just don't like tomatoes, so that's why I immediately questioned you.
Yeah, you question me about everything.
I have to keep you on track.
My dog.
I was right about one thing, and I will never live that down.
Never live that down. My dogs are barking again. Sorry, guys.
It's all good. Hey, puppers.
And Jen says hi. So my next post-it note is basically about, Nikolai unveiling himself, as not the privateer, which I did know, but I didn't know he was a prince, so I was still shocked.
50-50. I'll still give you credit for it. I'll give you half a star.
Thank God. And I just love the banter between Mal and Nikolai. Love that. They're great. Some of the lines in here, I was like laughing out loud. And then when they find out that he's actually a prince, and he's like, easy, let me explain. And Mal's like, try explaining with my fist in your mouth. I'm like, well, that's kind of counterproductive, Mal. Come on.
Hey, at least he had a backbone now.
Yeah, and then oh my God, when he brought up the idea about marrying Alina and her being queen, Mal was so funny, and also like he kept pushing his luck. He was just like, it'll be a marriage in name only, except when we have to produce heirs. I'm like, keep pushing, Nico, keep pushing. Come on, I loved it.
Oh goodness.
See, so like little lines like that, I was just dying laughing.
He's a good comic relief for the series.
Yeah, because otherwise they'd be just very dark all the time. Dark, and then Mal and Alina angst. I'm just like, I don't need that. I need more laughter, please. Well, yeah, that was this. My next posted is the "Don't punch me." Like, it never good things happen after the "Don't punch me" line. So, already discuss that. And then when Alina and Nikolai were talking, and it was just like, she was like, "I think you're creepy," or she says something like that, where, and she's just, he was like, and he was silent for a moment, and then said, "You really think I'm creepy?" Like, he was like deeply offended. I'm like, oh, don't hurt him. He has sensitive feelings. Oh God. And so have we, do we know that he's a bastard? Do we find that out, like, for sure? Or is that just speculation?
I think we find out in the third one.
Okay. And
I think it's mainly kind of confirmed in this one, but I think we find out officially in the next one.
well, I
That
know,
or it's going
like,
to be King of Scars.
oh yeah, maybe because you haven't read that. Okay.
Nope.
Also very surprising that Zoya was standing, behind Alina. She was just I wouldn't say surprising, just because I feel like Zoya would just go with the person who has the most power and who she thinks she has a better chance of surviving with. So not surprising in that aspect, but like, and then she was still going after Mal, and I'm just like,
I didn't love when they were having the fight and then they kissed. I was like, oh,
that is on the con list. You want to know why? Because if you have already established a relationship between the two main characters, you do not
go kiss other people.
Person. My husband was yelling for some reason, so I'm gonna text him really quick.
I didn't hear it, so
I didn't hear what he said, but I heard he was yelling.
Maybe he's yelling at the dogs.
Oh, maybe. Were you yelling? Question mark. Question mark. My phone might ding, so sorry, guys.
Unacceptable. Not on my first live show.
Not on my watch. We're already having technology issues. Like, don't make your phone ding. Oh, and so yeah, when Alina was kind of like, she almost kind of had like a split personality, where she was, ready to like torture people just to get like the answers that she wanted. And I was just like, and then hear this line, she's like, at the last second, some sliver of sanity pierced the buzzing haze of my anger. And she thought, no, don't do this.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, yeah, girl, like, what are you doing? What are you doing? He's like, I was like, were you yelling? And he's like, yeah, everyone is closed at 6 now. It is annoying. And I'm just like, so you had to yell? Like, did you go somewhere? I didn't even hear the truck. I'm like, okay. ... Weirdo. Okay. Sarah, moving right along. Oh yeah, that was when like we found out that Bagra's eyes. I'm like, that is your mother. Oh, okay, so when Nikolai's older brother, I can't pronounce his name, so I'm not even gonna try it. I'm just.
How does it look like?
Keep
looking for my book, and it's behind me.
It's behind you. It's Vasily apostrophe. Yeah, Vasily.
I really can't think of how he says his name in the book, so never mind. The audiobook, at least.
Vasily?
Yeah, Vasily sounds right.
I'm going to call him Vasily. Okay.
Sounds good to me.
Sounds fine. So when he is like coming to the meetings now, I'm just like, everyone's just like, I just want to. And I love when Alina's like, I've already punched one prince. Like, what's another? Just like, you might actually go to jail if you punch this one.
Go right down the line. I guess there's only 2, so do.
2, 1. I know, that's a very short list. So bam, done. And then, so Nikolai was just saying, like, next time, bring a flask. Every time he changes his mind, take a sip. And then she's like, I'll be passed out on the floor before the hour was up. And I'm like, drinking games are fun, though.
Yeah, for people that aren't a lightweight like me.
Well, you gotta raise your.
I already finished my Guinness, so.
You did? God, I'm behind. I've been also talking.
Yeah. Yeah, you have.
You're like, shut up.
But you have the Post-it notes, and I did not write
That's
Post-it notes, so.
That's true. Oh, and also the scene where they go to this party and they kind of like pretend to be like psychics.
Oh, yeah. And they give
like,
their own readings.
Like, like, no, you must marry ugly man, very fat. He will make you happy. And she was like, I don't like this. Bye.
Go to the next one. You can't just pick another one. You've got to.
Like, I don't like this. I don't like this fortune. I'm going to go to a different one and pray for the best.
Watch, they tell him the same thing. How did she know?
I was like, okay, like just follow around. Like, tell her she needs to marry a fat guy. Oh God, that was so funny.
Oh goodness.
So again, this is when Alina flinched when she kissed Mal because of the Darkling, and I was like, now would be a great time to explain things. Like, stop keeping secrets. It's not good.
Yep.
It's like you're already under a lot of pressure because, you know, things are different. Things are different. You're no longer like by yourself. You're constantly being watched, and you know, people have, you know, I guess standards about who they want Alina to be with. So but yeah, I just felt like, oh my God. And the scene where I just immediately thought of it. I probably have a post-it note somewhere. But yeah, when the dark, or like it's after she finds out that he's fighting and he kisses Zoya. And
oh yeah, when she wakes up, they have their night together, and then she wakes up, and then it's the Darkling rather than Mal.
Darkling. I'm just like, yes. Secretly, I was like, yes.
I mean, I'll give it to you. I did the same thing. I was like, do it.
But yeah, okay. So yeah, that freaked me out. First of all, like could he always change his appearance, or is it just like in his like little projections?
Okay, so she was waking up and she assumed it was Mal, so she did not know that he was there.
Hold on. Because I thought I read a line where his his face
well, she had her eyes closed, so she just assumed.
Oh, okay.
And you know what happens when you assume? Makes an ass out of Elena.
And you almost sleep with the Darkling.
I mean, things could be worse.
Am I right? I mean, where's the lie? Where's the lie? Nowhere. I mean, she could have actually almost slept with Mal. So sorry, that was bad. That was bad.
It's okay. Bad Nicole.
Bad Nicole.
Tisk.
Dang. Okay, so yeah, that was kind of like scary. I don't like when, you know, people just appear, like especially if it's like a movie or something, or I don't know if you have watched To All the Boys I Loved Before, P.S. I Still Love You. It's the second one. And even
one. But you told me I have to read the books first.
You can. Even in the first one, this happens. Like when Lara Jean is having her like internal monologues and she's like thinking about people and like they just come into frame. I was like, can you not do that? It's like scary. But yeah, and then so we already talked about the scene where Nikolai's brother Vaseline makes an idiot decision. And we've also talked about
brother Vaseline.
I did, yeah. I said that's what I was gonna do.
I thought you said you were gonna call him Vaseline.
No, Vaseline.
No, I heard Vaseline.
Okay.
Vaseline.
Well, he's Vaseline now. Oh God. And then,
I'm not gonna stop laughing for like 5 minutes on this one.
Like, no, his name is Vaseline now.
Just rub some of that on, and woo, he slipped right off.
He probably would have survived. If he had Vaseline on, like, I don't think he would have got his arm bit off because it would have just slid right off. He probably would have got, like, scratched up, but not his whole arm missing.
Okay, no. Unless if the thing ripped his arm from his socket, Vaseline would. You just said he bit his arm off.
Oh, that's
if he
true.
bit his arm off, it's not gonna matter.
Okay, but if he was slippery, his teeth might have not gotten hold. You know what I'm talking about? No?
Not those teeth. If they had grabbed his arm and ripped, then you would have had a shot.
Oh, God, that's even worse.
Then I could believe him bleeding out in less than a minute.
Literally ripped his arm off. But yeah, you like bit through. Oh, you haven't seen it, have you? No.
No. What about me makes you think I'm gonna watch a scary movie?
Oh,
My sister the other day asked me if I had seen The Invisible Man, and I was just like, "Does it look like a horror film?" And she goes, "Yeah," and I'm like, "Then I'm not seeing it."
it's not a horror film. It's just suspenseful.
If there's an invisible person and I'm home alone for whatever reason after this is all over, I'm gonna assume the Invisible Man's gonna come and kill me.
You're gonna be like,
Right here, right now, someone's in the room.
the Vaseline live show. So it's turned crazy. It's turned crazy. I mean, that's what we say. Bloopers and shenanigans, people, is happening. The Vaseline live show. So my next post note is basically like Alina sucking the Darkling's powers through like her Uber kiss. I'm like, okay, do it. It's fine.
I stopped hearing after the sucking.
Sucking him out. Oh, that's terrible. Stop it. Bad, bad.
And
and
slap on the wrist.
And so Darkling is scared, and he's like, "You'll kill us both." And she's like, "Yes." Like, no hesitation. She's like, "Yes." Like,
And
you see her face. She's like, and she's like, "Don't play chicken. Don't play chicken with me, bitch. Like, I got you. we both going." Oh, that just reminds me of Crazy Rich Asians. Like, they're gonna go bok, bitch. Oh God, that's so funny.
I love her. She's wonderful.
Aquafina, she's great. I freaking love her. Okay, my last post note is basically like she can't use her powers, and I'm just like, and that was my thing. Like, if they switch powers, that was my theory. So sticking with it until I'm proven wrong. So that is all of my post-it notes. And yeah, so Summer, I'm immediately talking to you. Is there anything that you want to discuss that we didn't talk about?
Do you want me to ask one of my questions? Because I think it's just like a little bit behind.
Sure.
Or should we give her a chance to type?
Give her a chance. Yeah, you can go ahead and ask your questions.
Okay, well, one of them we actually touched on earlier, so this will be a fast one to just go through while she's typing.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think Jenya can be forgiven? So we were kind of already talking about it, how we felt really bad for her. And do you think that the Darkling's punishment was just, or do you think that it was too much?
Oh, absolutely not. I think like it could have been a little more. You know what I mean?
But
I
know
what you mean. And as for Jenya, yeah, I think there could be, a chance of redemption there, and not just because I felt bad for her that she got all like misshapen at the end, but I really felt like she truly didn't believe that the Darkling was truly evil. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I truly think that Jenya was just kind of like brainwashed at that point, mm-hmm. And so she just needed to see the truth, and I think she did, especially because of what happened to her. So I think, yeah, there could be, some redemption.
Would you forgive her?
Yeah, I would forgive her.
All right.
And like years later, when we could laugh about it, I was just like, yeah, you should have trusted me, or you would have your pretty face still. So
well, she so her power is to, sorry, I just saw Summer type. It's been 2 years since I read this. I don't know.
Oh, so yeah, we're giving you a refresher.
Woohoo! Oh my gosh, I just saw the cat in her picture and it makes me so happy.
They're so cute. You should go follow her on Instagram, and her cats are adorable.
Okay. Yeah.
Jen, oops, Jen's gone. Here we go. We're back.
Oh, okay. I was like, you just immediately refreshed real fast and then you were back. So I was like, oh, did you go way too fast?
Oh, well, you left for me. That's so funny.
Oh, did it? Interesting.
Yeah. So Jen has 2 cats too. One of them is named Jack Ryan. He's adorable.
He's adorable and a terrorist. He's also really fat. So let's see if I can show you the picture. Oh, hang on.
Oh, can you see it?
That's my cat. Oh, as it goes away.
As it goes away. Oh, your picture is no longer Taryn Edgerton.
I know. How impressed are you that I changed it?
Okay, who are you? What alien are you and has taken Jen's place?
I'm an alien.
I'm an alien.
Oh, I will happily send them. Don't even.
Summer, follow Jen on Instagram. Her Instagram link is in the description box.
Oh, hey, cool.
I've been sharing your Instagram, by the way. So that's probably why you've been getting weird comments.
Well, I have someone who I don't know who they are, but they keep like trying to direct message me, but I can't see who they are. So I'm like, I'm not going to respond to you because I don't know who you are. And you only have 3 friends that are all women. And that's just sketchy AF.
You're like, no, thank you. And next, this isn't Tinder. This is Instagram. Bye.
All right. Well, I've got extra questions then to ask. Start a booktube. Oh, I probably should. I don't know if I would do it on my own though. I think I'm only here when Nicole is.
This is kind of like your unofficial booktube channel.
Yeah.
You're my co-host, but the co-most is.
I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. I have the worst memory. So if I don't read something literally almost as soon as I read something, it's gone. Unless it was like a 5-star read, I'm like,
or like review it, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, even when I'm doing my wrap-ups, I have to spend like an hour going through like, okay. Like first of all, like reading the synopsis and then reading my own review that I put on it when I read it. I'm just like it's like, so I have to like quickly reread all the books that I read in the month so I could talk to y'all about it. This is also why I don't do wrap-ups very often.
All right, so I've got some questions. Let's do this. And maybe this will inspire Summer. Who knows? Maybe she'll have a question for us. It's all good. So this is going to be a 2-parter question because I originally had it as one and I know that you're going to answer it as the other. So I'm just going to ask them at the same time.
Okay.
So who do you think Elena will end up with by the end of the series? And who do you want Elena to end up with at the end of the series?
I think she's going to end up with Mal.
Okay.
And who do I want her to end up with? I mean, in some, twisted, sense, like I really like maybe if the Darkling could, turn over a new leaf, like she can have Darkling babies. I mean, that's fine. But
honestly did at the end of this one.
That's true. Although, I mean, that's not probably the babies that they wanted or she wanted to have. Like these were kind of weird, but but yeah, she'll probably end up with Mal. And I do want her to end up with Mal. I just need Mal to grow a pair. I mean, come on. When it comes to relationships, I mean, he was like, I guess because he has experience with women, but there's a difference between having experience with women and then being in a relationship. So I get it. He's, he doesn't know. It's fine. He needs to learn quickly though.
I remember when I read this book originally that obviously I wanted them to be with Mel, and that was who I was hoping that she would end up with as well. So I can say that without giving a spoiler because that is true to what I was hoping originally.
Summer says, I honestly forgot who she ends up with. So you can talk to Jen on Instagram because she's read the final book. I have not.
Oh, it's so good. Oh, it's so good.
But we'll talk about it. We're talking about it next week, so it's fine.
I know. Well, and then as soon as we finish this one, I'm like, let's just skip the tea mysteries and go right into Six of Crows.
I know. I think we've totally given up on those tea shop mysteries.
I'll read it. I love the Grishaverse so much.
Yeah.
Plus, when is when's the TV show supposed to come out? I know it's this year, but
yeah, because they wrapped like a couple months ago, so
a couple weeks.
I would assume. I was like, When did
I follow Leigh Bardugo on the internet, so
on the internet?
Instagram, not the internet. I'm not that creepy.
Well, when did I share that that video that they posted on Instagram? It's like the cast, and they're like, "Oh, we just wrapped a little bit ago," and they're
Maybe a month ago. I don't even think that far. That's just my opinion.
That's just time gets away from me.
All right, I can't answer this, but you can.
Why can't you answer it?
Because who do you think will survive the final book, and who do you think will die? That's why I can't answer it.
I think Jenya will die. I think Zoya will die. I think most of her Grisha army will die. Probably the twins, because I love them the most, and so they'll probably die. That's just how it happens.
You're like page 1, and they're dead,
and they died from their wounds. They can't even. They're not even in the third book. I was like, yeah, that makes sense because I love them. So, I think the Darkling will die too. If not, he'll just suffer some kind of, very like a mortal wound where he's just basically like all the power and life is sucked out of him. So he's like an old decrepit man. Like he looks like Gandalf, but he's like an evil Gandalf. He's like Sauron.
Well, in a week we'll know. Actually, a week and a day, because today's Wednesday. God, I don't know what day anything is.
That's what I
was like, here's what we could attempt to do, is if you felt up for it, we could attempt to have this book read by Sunday.
That could happen.
I just need to know so tomorrow I can start the audio book.
So I can start reading it. Great. The only thing is that I kind of just wanted to keep it like a week so we have time to share that we're going to do it. So
got it. I mean, we could start tonight and being like, guys, we decided that Saturdays or Sundays is the next day.
So now, Summer, do you hear that? So I think we should keep it Thursday. So
Thursday, got it.
Yeah.
We could still do a booktube video, though, a rip it or ship it, or a Marry Kiss Kill.
Some kind of fun tag.
Yeah.
Yeah, she loves this whole live stream thing, I could tell. She's like, oh yeah, I'm at home. I don't have to get ready. I don't have to drive home.
I look nice.
You did. No, you woke up like that. You're just automatically gorgeous. So, but she's like, I can drink at home and not have to worry about driving.
I know. Well, tomorrow's the big test where I have to drink 2 Guinnesses in a book club.
Oh yes. Is that tomorrow?
Yeah.
I'm so excited. Okay, so
I drank 1. I probably could have drinking 2 by now.
Last book club, we did like a Facebook Messenger, like FaceTime
quarantine
and
book club.
So yeah, me and Lara and who else?
Nicole, because
So, she's like, do a tab. Please do a tab. Please, for the love of God.
Let's do it. Let's see if we can read the mystery series by Sunday.
God, it's not going to happen.
I need to read Archer's voice, okay?
Oh, yeah, you still need to do that. Did you check? You need to check Boxer, just so you're aware.
Oh.
But so we were, it was between me and Lara to do like we did this bet one time. And so I had
no idea either.
You didn't.
Completely oblivious.
Because you had that big old Guinness, and Lara's like,
massive thing. It was 2 Guinnesses. Well, that was 4. 2 Guinnesses.
So our book club friend, she was like, there's no way she can drink that. I was like, oh, you can drink that. That's totally fine. And she's like, bet. So we bet. And I won because Jen's badass, and she finished her 2 Guinnesses. And so same
with
bet.
very little help too.
Yeah. Same bet.
For tomorrow. Times we're like, I don't think I'm gonna be able to finish this, and you're like, I'll have a sip, and then Lara was like, no, you can't have a sip.
And you were immediately suspicious. You're like, what?
I was like, why is that defensive? Like, I just need her to have a sip.
A single sip. Like, God.
Because you probably would have chugged half of it, and she knew that would have been unfair.
I know. Okay, and your Guinness is done. Drink this last sip. All right.
I win. But yes, if I drink 0 Guinnesses, Lara wins. If I drink 1, Nicole J wins. And if I drink 2, you win. And the prize is they get to pick a book for the other person to read, whatever.
Yep. The last time I won, I told Lara to read Nevernight.
Oh,
which, she really did love because I loved it. And then, that series just went downhill. So, uh, but that's a discussion for another day.
oh my God, we could watch Kingsman on Sunday.
Live?
Yeah.
Oh, talked
Could
about
objectify Taron
you.
Egerton.
You talked about this, but there's also copyright issues.
What? Okay, hold on. You cut in and out.
Oh, I'm back. Am I back? You're back?
You're back. It cut out really weird for a second. And I can hear myself twice.
So, oh, you can? I was hearing myself twice for a little bit too, so I think it's going back and forth.
Got it. Okay. At least it's not just us or me.
But mine, I could hear myself, but it wasn't very loud.
No.
Okay, good. So if we watch Kingsman and we go live, there's copyright issues. So YouTube could take it down, which, I don't have that many. I say not that many subscribers, but to the bigger YouTubers that they would have an issue with it. I'm not monetized, so I'm not worried about that. But
we should put it out there. Would people be interested? Should we watch Divergent instead? Should we watch 50 Shades of Grey and shame it terribly?
Shame, just shame it. Do reaction videos to movies. That would be awesome.
That'll be my book too, but it'll be who picked this movie. I'm much better with movies.
Even though I do already have a who picked this movie Twitter, which I do that already. So, but that's
I think you stole that from me. I swear I would have told you. I think I told you that.
I've had this Twitter for 2 years, so sure.
I mean, I had this idea for about 5, so
5 years.
I've known you for about 7, so
5, 6,
7. All right, next question.
Oh yeah,
who
go
do
ahead.
you think would win in a fight, the Darkling or Rhysand?
Rhysand, 100%.
Are you sure about that?
He's the king of the night court. He ain't scared of the dark.
He's not, but the Darkling is this crazy ass mofo.
Scared of no dark. Come on now.
What about the little?
Oh, Jen disappeared. Let's wait for her to come back. Are you there? Yep, I'm there.
I lost you for a second.
I lost you. Losing each other. Come on.
I'll stay 6 feet away from you, but you can't lose me.
So, yeah, it's definitely Rhysand.
Okay, what about the Darkling versus Loki?
Loki.
All right.
How was I not going to take Loki's side? I mean, come on.
I mean, we seem to be really in love with the Darkling, so just who knows?
Yeah, but there's other people that I like better.
All right, I don't know if you've posted this video yet, so it's a version of the Mary Kiss Cliff. Have you done that one? The tea road trip?
No, I haven't.
Okay, well, we created a new version of this game. So it's who would you rather go on a road trip with, who would you rather have tea with, and who would you stand up at a bar? So your options are Mal, Nikolai, and the Darkling. Go.
I'm going to stand up Mal at a bar. I am going on a road trip with Nikolai, and I'm going to have tea with the Darkling. It'd be probably the most anxious 30 minutes of my life, but I'm going to do it.
Just switch Mal and the Darkling for me, because I probably figured that Nikolai would be the best one. Now, if we were to have to survive in the wild, I probably would say that Mal would be the one that I would want to get stuck on. So, if we were going to go on a lost somewhere, he's who I would want to have on my side.
100%. He's a good tracker. He's going to find civilization. No problem.
Or food. I wouldn't start. Let's just be real. More importantly than being found is being fed.
Where's the lie? 100%. I was like, when are we going to eat? It's seriously 20 minutes into being lost. I'm like, okay, so when's dinner?
I'm going to need you to find something, and I'm going to need you to know how to cook it.
Oh my God. That's so funny.
I was trying to do a version of this for the girls, but then I was like, what 3 girls am I going to pick, and what am I going to do? Who's going to have a sleepover with? Who's going to have a cup of coffee? And who am I just going to ghost on?
Oh, Jen left. Oh, she's coming back. We're back.
I'm here.
I'm here. So we could do Alina, Zoya, and whoever the female twin.
couldn't even remember that person. So I was thinking Jenya, but I'm like, Jenya, I would probably want to have at a sleepover only because she'd do my hair and makeup and I'd feel pretty.
Oh God, that's 100% correct. Yeah, you're right. I forgot she had that power. Oh my God.
I'd be like, you can make me pretty. It's
So
only for a day.
So true.
Oh, and then, oh gosh, Elena's just so angsty, so I'd probably like end up ghosting her.
She's so sulky. I'm just like, okay, let's go to a spa or something. Let's cheer you up. Like, God.
Patty rather than coffee.
Yeah. I was like, come on, let's get some sunshine. Like, jeez.
Like, shoot it out of your hand, sunshine.
And then Zoya, I'll just like push her off a cliff. That's not the option, but I'll just push her off a cliff. It's fine.
All right. And this one I'm actually going to need my book for because I don't remember the options, but here's my $1 million question.
It's $1 million? When did you
get that? It was a good one. If you were born in the Grishaverse and were born with Grisha power, which type of Grisha would you want to be and why?
Oh my
God. I don't even
God.
know what Grishas are, so they're in the very beginning of the book.
I know. I was like, let's find out. So I would like, actually, oh my God. So I would
go over what they are first.
Okay.
Then we'll do it. So the Corporalaki, which is the order of the living and the dead, so heartrenders and healers. I don't think I would want to be one of those.
I mean, yeah. You'll be needed all the time, and I'm just like, listen.
I just like vacation days. I'd like to travel. Thanks.
I'm not going to be available for like 6 months.
And then you have the Etherolaki. The order of the summoners, so Squallers and Fernie and Tide Makers. Okay. The Materialaki, which is the order of fabricators, so Jurasta, Alchemy, those ones. Oh no, I guess those are the only ones. I thought there were more.
Well,
the summoners.
The order of the summoners?
Yeah, like you have the summoners, that's an order. Oh, yeah, Etherolaki.
I was like, you just read it. It's fine. So yeah, I mean, let's be honest. Like I'll be a fabricator. If I could fix my face, that'd be 100% awesome.
I was thinking that too, but I was also thinking it mainly for like clothing. I'd be like, I can make anything.
Yes, that would be really nice.
Yeah, because let's just be honest. Like summoning things, I feel like it'd be a lot, but also that you could get taken advantage of. Same thing.
If I'm like a weather summoner, I mean that would kind of like be boring. But then also like if I could just be like Harry Potter, like Accio Keys, I'd be all over that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I don't want anything with the living or the dead. I mean, they do explore it more in Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom, kind of their powers, which is really cool. But I don't want that kind of power.
Yeah, like I said, I don't want to be needed that much. Like,
and like I'll fix up someone's clothes. You have a wedding dress,
and then you don't really know like who's your friends and who's just using you for your power. And I'm just like already, so I don't need things.
Those are all my questions.
Those were amazing questions.
I tried.
Awesome.
I tried to have one or two.
Round of applause for Jen making the best out of her first live stream. So I love, so this was awesome. So how did you like your first live stream? How did you like it, Jen?
I liked it. Technical issues and all. I really have to go to the bathroom right now because I drank that Guinness. So.
Oh, yeah. You're like, what do I do if I have to go to the bathroom? I'm like, you have to hold it.
But it was a lot of fun. I don't know. It's nice to shoot
just
the
do
shit
it
for you.
Well, yeah, and just like do it live. Just be like, yeah, let's like this is us, like real life. This is how we act 100% of the time when we're together. So it's like it's just you get what you get, and you don't throw a fit, people. Oh, Jen's gone again. Wait for her to come back. Wait for her to come back. So everybody, as we're waiting for Jen to come back. See what happens? We talk shit about the technology for 5 seconds and it's like, oh really? Okay, let's go. So yeah, with the technology issues, it's kind of like you get, like I said, you get what you get. But honestly, this is like one of my favorite ways to produce content for you because it's easy. It's Summer's here. She's fantastic. And
Summer.
Just so yeah, that's great. So if Summer, if you don't have anything else that you want to talk about, and Jen, thank you for those questions. Those were absolutely phenomenal. I think Jen has to go to the bathroom, so we'll probably call it a night. So we're
I could hold it for probably another 15 minutes if needed.
So, we're definitely doing Ruin and Rising, but we're going to do it next Thursday. So not next Wednesday, next Thursday, 6 p.m. Arizona time. I'll make a little graphic. I'll give it to you so you can share it and let you all know about that. And people who are watching the live stream after the fact, definitely comment below and just let us know if there's anything that we missed discussing that you want to talk about. And so go ahead and like my video if you did, and just comment below. And I'll see you next time, everybody. Bye. And thank you, Summer, so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Summer. Bye.
I'm just putting your comment up there because we're hilarious.
Yeah, we are. Oh, she'll be here next Thursday. Yay! We already have one person. Knock it out.
All right. Thanks, Jen. Thanks, Summer. See you later.
Bye, Nicole. Bye, Summer.